Hey y'all, it's been a while, so I figured I'd come on and do our end of year review. Yeah, the last few months have kind of been crazy, but a look back on the year. So January of 2023, we decided to move back to Idaho to help a friend. We moved back to Cascade, Idaho, with the help of said friend's significant other. It didn't work out. We ended up leaving that situation in April when she decided that she didn't want us or need us anymore. I helped her do all of her projects that she wanted to do to fix up the house. I took care of her son. And yeah, it pretty much was a constant shit show. We moved out of that situation in the middle of April. Well, April 21st to be exact. We moved out and came down to the valley. Sorry guys, you know how I do with my hair on these videos. So we moved down here to the valley in April. Stayed with my mother for a few days at their home. It quickly became apparent that that wasn't going to be long term. So we left and lived in our truck for about a week. Yeah, we lived in our truck for about a week. My other half of the family, my dad's side of the family, they helped us out. So my dad was able to help us out financially to get into the motel until we could get our first couple of paychecks underway. I had started working for Ridley's like the first week of May, and Brandy started working for Woodgrain again that first week of May. So it took us a little bit to get our first paychecks, but we were able to work everything out with the help of so many of our followers. It was really gratifying. And we wouldn't have been able to make it as long as we did without y'all's support. So my dad and my stepmom helped us out to get into the hotel. And we were there until the end of July. No, we were there until the middle of August. We moved over to Fruitland. We were going to get a fifth wheel. That plan fell through, and for that I was extremely distraught because I wanted my own space again, but it didn't work out that way. That's not the way God wanted it to work out. So we didn't get the fifth wheel from my friend. But there was no real harsh feelings left behind there. And so that all worked out. My stepmom very graciously let us come back into her life and into her home. So she opened up her door to let in Brandy, myself, and the girls. And I started a new job at that time. I started working at Cascadia in Payette. A couple weeks into me starting working there, I ended up with the shingles. We moved in here Well, we moved over to Fruitland the same week that the girls started school. So it was in August. And I started the job around the same time. And then ended up getting the shingles. Which the medication from the shingles led to me getting the cellulitis in my jaw and the 4-day hospital stay. About a week after that, it became clear that working at Cascadia wasn't going to work out because they were doing a lot of shady things that I didn't agree with as far as the COVID policies and everything else. So I left that situation, and there's a lot of reasons. That's not just because, I think a lot of people feel that I'm flaking out on these jobs, but I'm trying to do what's best and better for my family. So we ended up, I applied at Wood Grain and got on there. And so I've been there since the end of September. Yeah. So, a lot of changes this year. Pretty crazy freaking year. Reconnecting with my dad and everybody. I mean, I've been connected with my sister for a few years now. I let her back in about 4 years ago, I think. Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. And then, last year, I had a dream that said I needed to let my dad back into my life. So I did. And, this year, everything was made clear as to why. So I let my dad slowly and surely back into my life. The big difference with it this time is that we're all more adult about it, I guess. We've all gotten the professional help we've needed. And we're able to have discussions instead of arguments, We're able to sit down and actually have an adult discussion instead of yelling at each other to get each other's point across. So that I feel is a lot better. Our relationship is in a lot better place than it was 6 years ago. And we're all different people now. So yeah, I'm grateful that I have my dad and my stepmom, who I usually just call mom. I have them back in my life. Mom helps with the girls daily. She is a very needed part of our family. I really wouldn't know what we would have done without her over these past 4 months. Well, let's just say the past year, because, she's always with Dad. In fact, tomorrow we get to go over and watch the Alabama game with her and celebrate the new year, so that's going to be super fun. Aside from this year, spending most of it homeless, because we lived in Cascade from January 28th until April 21st. And then from April 24th through May 1st-ish, we were in our truck. And then we lived in a motel from May until August. So that was interesting. Learned how to cook a lot in a microwave. That was super fun. And only having a bathroom sink to do dishes in, and yeah, sharing basically a studio apartment with 2 children. that was a lot interesting. You know, the girls have basically 3 school transfers, which, since we're IEP parents because of Cassandra and her autism, every time you do that, you have to transfer the IEP. Well, that becomes an issue every single time you do it. I don't care who you are. But we've muddled through, we've gotten it together. They are doing good in school. We had a rocky start to the school year. We had some grades kind of not doing the best, but we've made it up. Brandy Jo went from an F in math in her first quarter, and she brought it up to a B before the end of the quarter, before the end of this semester. So when she goes back, it's a clean slate. So that was pretty awesome. We were pretty proud of her for that. Cassie is doing amazing. We've done flashcards because she has to know a certain amount of words on her IEP to pass a certain reading point. And if we hadn't had Mom Carla's help, I don't know that we would have gotten it done. Cassie is excelling and just passing goals left and right. Despite all the hardships we've had this year. So from May to August in the hotel, and then August until December 1st in Dad and Mom Carla's house. Yeah, it's been a big change. We are finally in our own place. The place that we're in, it's a couple houses away from my dad and mom. So it's really nice, and also from my brother. So that's pretty nice, honestly, to go from not having my village, back to having my village plus, because my brother has been in Washington for so long, and now he's finally here in Idaho. All of us kids are back in Idaho for the first time in 20 years. So, I know my dad is happy to have us all in the state and happy to have his grandkids all in one area. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, we are finally in our own place again. The girls have their own rooms. I have not done a video of showing off the house yet. Simply because Brandy and I both work a swing shift. And so it's really hard to get videos done. I don't edit or anything, but it's just really tough because by the time I get home at night, I'm just so blah that I can't put any effort into a video. So I'm going to try to do better, like everybody says on New Year's Eve. We'll see how it goes. If this YouTube channel is meant to be, it'll happen. That's very much my philosophy in life, as well as, everything that happens to it. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. Brandy and I had a rough year with our marriage as well. That's a large percentage of why I haven't been filming. We have been trying to work on things. Behind the scenes is not great. I'll let you know that. It's always going to be a struggle. I haven't gotten into it because I don't really, people that need to know, and that's it. Oh my goodness, guys, my hair is a nightmare. I promise, though, I'm going to get better lighting for future videos. All of our stuff for our house is still in Alabama. So in the new year, our biggest goal is to get all of our household items back to Idaho, because our entire household is still down there in a storage unit. The only stuff that we brought with us were a few totes and clothes and things like that. All of our clothes made it up, but like none of our furniture. Hardly any of my kitchen stuff. So we've been buying things as we go on different paydays. We kind of prioritize, okay, what do we need this week? And things like that. Financially it's a little tough right now because we do have a rent payment, we do have a vehicle payment, we have, all the household payments again. So getting things back on top is going to be a little bit difficult. We are getting there though. So our, at the end of this year, we are looking a lot better than we did at the start of the year. Despite the rough patches that we've had since my surgery, and everything else, we are making it through. We've muddled through the end of this year, and we're continuing to make it. I appreciate every single one of you that helped support us in our crazy year. I know that I have not been active on here. What would really, really, really help is if you would like, subscribe, share, and comment. That helps everybody. It helps my page. It helps me keep going. It helps other creators know that this is content that wants to be seen. I appreciate it. I want to make this YouTube work, but it only works with your guys' support. So that's all. Oh, and about this crazy thing. So a few years ago, I fell backwards and put my arm down to brace myself. Well, when I did that, I hurt it. Okay, that was back in 2019. About a month and a half ago. Well, right around Thanksgiving. I think it was about the week before Thanksgiving. I was walking through my building at work and I tripped and I fell forward and caught myself on this wrist again. And I'm pretty sure I ruptured a tendon. But pending a doctor's appointment on the 8th, we will find out more. So for now, I'm just taking a leave, wearing my brace when I can. Excuse me. Putting ice on it when I can. And going from there. The 8th I go in for a doctor's appointment and I'll get a referral to the orthopedist, who will then refer me to get an MRI so that we can go further with diagnosis and figure out how badly I've messed up my hand. And because I've messed up this hand throughout my life, I've probably sprained this wrist at least five countable notable times in my life. So there's that update. I wanted to do this update on Friday when I got home from work, but that was not in the cards. So I did it tonight on New Year's Eve. Our end of year wrap up. It's been crazy. It's been wild. It's been psychotic. Learned a lot about myself. Learned a lot about the company I've kept. Made some new friendships. Lost some old friendships. And gained my family. So with all that being said, again, we love our audience. We appreciate every single one of you. Please have a wonderful New Year's. Please be safe. Spread kindness wherever you go. Just flick it out there. Just drop it around like water, okay? It's good for everybody. So spread that kindness around, guys. And as always, we will wander your way another day. Love you.